Go Language Programming, Chapter 8, Unit 1. In this unit, we will cover Go Language templates, data evaluations, control structures, inserting data into a template. So let's start. Templates are a way to merge generic text with more specific text. They allow to retain the content that are common and then substitute the specific content as required. One such example is a mail merge. The mail merge is a handy feature that incorporates data and allows you to create multiple documents at once, such as letters or messages, and saving you, a big amount of time and effort of retyping the same letters over and over again. So that's the benefit of using the templates. And Go language provides a template engine that has a capability of parsing text only or HTML only templates. So basically, Go language provides a package, and as long as you import that package in your application, you should be able to use all the functionalities. The template engine that is a part of the Go language can recognize special template syntax. So basically, template has its own kind of syntax or its own language that you have to follow when you are using the template with the Go language, because the Go language standard library that provides the APIs for templates, it can only recognize the syntax that is is allowed. So Go language standard library provides two packages, which is a text template and HTML templates, and we will be using both in following examples in this chapter 8. So these standard library packages have APIs that allow application programmers to parse template syntax and basically integrate, with the data that may be coming from your Go applications. So basically, you have to have a package template imported, if you want to use any of the functionalities. So if you want to do only the text templates, then you need to import this text slash template package, and it will allow you to use the APIs from this package. As we just discussed, that Go language also provides the HTML templates. Basically, the interface is same between the text and HTML, so there is no need to remember different APIs. The APIs are provided are exactly the same for both for the text template and HTML template. So templates are executed by applying them to a data structure. Okay, so so that's the whole idea behind it. So you will use some APIs, which we will see in many examples that we will cover today, and that we provide the data structure which will that will be used with the template. So the text template and HTML templates provide the mechanism for substituting the values of variables into text or HTML. So basically, once you have imported these packages, then you will be able to insert the data within the templates depending upon how you are using the template syntax, which you will see pretty soon what it is required. In fact, right here, the Go language chose to do the braces. So double braces basically is the starting syntax that you have to use for replacing the values for the data that you will provide from your Go application. So this is the delimit data evaluation and control structures. Okay, and these are basically when you use that, this is known as actions in a template. Okay, so these are the actions that templates require if you put it into the double braces or a pair of double braces. So you can use a template as a string or from the file. So you create a template either as a string or from the file, and then you read that file within your Go application. So basically, that once you do that, then and in your templates, if you have used this double braces, then they will be replacing the values that is going to be coming from your Go application. So each action can contain expression in the template language notation. So as I said earlier, template has its own syntax. So it has its own little language. So depending upon how you use the syntax that within the template, it will be able to either use one piece of data from the Go application, or either it can use the whole array from the Go application, or even it can call the functions from your Go applications, or functions or methods. So basically, the template language recognizes it has a printf function. If you use it within the template, it will recognize to make sure that it displays whatever it's supposed to display, are the values. And if you have some fields that you want to be able to read the data within the templates, the only requirement is that the field name must start with a capital letter. Okay, so that means the field must be, so the struct field must be exported. Um, the template also supports the control flow, meaning that you can within the the template syntax, or the within the template language, it has if else and the range loop. So loop will be to go over the, like for example, some elements of the array, for example. And if else statement will allow you to choose the control flow within the template. So there is also this within the pair of curly braces, there is a dot, which is an action that can be used to refer to a non-struct types. So that means only one variable. So if you use that, you can actually can be reading the value from that variable, which is in your Go language, or in your Go application. Now we will cover all this in examples, and hopefully you will have a better understanding by then. So Go language uses a concept of current context denoted by a period. So this is the period that which goes in within the pair of braces. Okay, so that gives the basically a current context of the variable. So the how does the it evaluates the data? So the templates are bind to some data structure from which data is obtained. Okay, so so that means there is a binding occurs, so it can be able to get the data from the Go language data structure. Okay, to obtain data from a struct, meaning the reading some field from the struct, as we just discussed, that first of all that the field must be starting with the capital letter, and then you can use that field name uh, within your template. So that will be the action. Okay, and it will read the data from that field. It will replace the field value of the given struct during the parse. So the whole idea is that this syntax of the template is recognized by the APIs that the Go language provides in the in the package that we import, text template or HTML template. Okay, so it will recognize. All the APIs are provided in those packages, and that means that once you use those APIs on, for example, on the template, then that means it will be able to parse the template. So control structures for template. The template language contains a rich set of control structures. So it has quite a bit syntax that that the template supports. So so basically all that syntax that is recognized by the APIs that are provided within the template, a text template or HTML template. template. And here are some of the, the overview of some of the control structures. So if you put, if you want to comment something, you put within the double braces, you put a comment in there, just like a, I guess you can do that in the C language or even in the Go language, right? If you have a dot in there, then it renders the root, so it starts from the root element, and it will go through the whole whole starting, like if it's an array or something, then it will go through the whole array. The title, for example, if you have a title, so that will be like a field in your structure, so it renders the title field in a nested element. So it will read the value from this field. And then there is a control structures. So, if else statement, for example, uh, in for the template. So in this case, um, this is only supported for the Boolean type. Okay, this if statement is only supported for the Boolean type. It doesn't allow you to compare like a two strings or two integers together, with the equality operator or anything like that. That would not work. Okay, so if it is true, then whatever is next to it, that will happen, else it will go and do something else. Okay, and then notice that once you start this braces right here, you have to end this basically a pair of curly braces. Okay, so that's how to end the if else statement for the template. And then if you want to go over some uh, array or a list, or then you can use a range, just like the range that we have seen using it within the for loop for range, and in this case, what it is going to do, it is going to go through each element in the range. So this will be the name of the uh, array or something, and then it will start from the root element, and then it will go through it. But again, notice that this range also has to end with this, with the curly braces, and you put end. That's the syntax. So it will loop over this to do list and renders each using this dot, so it will go through each element of the array, for example, or a list. The block, again, the concept of this block is also, when you have this pair of braces, they must end. So you have to give you the end, you have to provide the end. But the block defines a block with the name content. So that means the whole block with this name will be rendered. If you need to know more of this control structures, you should go and visit this website, because there is so much that we cannot cover everything in this short discussion about the templates. Now, how do you insert a data into a template? So every template is an object in Go language. Okay, so So basically, when you create a template, you are creating an object, and you give this object to the whatever the APIs that are you are planning to use for the template, which we will see it in the next examples. So every field that needed to be rendered within a template should be put inside this pair of curly braces. So just like that. If you want to start from the root, you just put a dot. If you want to have a specific field name, you just put a dot and then the field name. Okay. So this is to, like right here, to access the fields of a current object. You can do it this way. So that means you put the some field name, same name as you would have it in the struct, and as long as the field first character of the field is a capital character. So that means it would be exported. So the only exported struct fields can be accessed in templates. So if you did not export any field and trying to do this, that will be the error condition. So for example, this is a struct right here. And in this case, the struct field name is a username. So this username should go right here. It should say username dot username. Okay, that means that would be the name within the template that you will create. Okay. Okay, so when you are using this pair of curly braces, sometimes what happens is it puts in the new line characters in there. And because of that, when it puts a new line characters, your output will have either lots of lines added to it unnecessarily. So to remove those lines, what you can do is you can put a dash, okay, right before the right braces, right before the right braces, okay, that will eat the trailing white space. White space. So when we say white spaces are like a tab character, the new line character, carriage return. These are all the white spaces. Okay, so so it will eat the white spaces. So it will remove any of these characters if they are there in the stream. Okay, and if you want to, if you feel that you have some white spaces before, then you need to put the dash on the left side of the end. Okay, so that will eats up the new line character from the previous line. Okay, so that's the reason that otherwise your output, it would not look good. And you will see that in the examples coming soon. So let's look at the very first example right here. And basically, in this example, what we have is first of all, we are importing this HTML template. Now, actually, I should really have a text, but as you can see, even though it's HTML, the APIs are same for both HTML and text templates. So that's why I really didn't get any error. It worked fine, okay, when I compiled this code. So you have to import this text template, and then OS package is imported because I wanted to be able to dump the output that will come on the screen. Okay. So within then what I have is struct right here. Okay. Struct name is person, and within the struct there is only one field in there, username. Okay. Now in this is a very small short example just to show you how the templates are working. So in here, what I decided that I will have the template with passed to this parse function as a string. Okay, I could have put this into the file and given the file name, okay, which you will see it in the next examples. But I just to show it to you how the templates works, I just did it this way. So as you can see, first of all, before you go to this parse, very first thing we need to do is to be able to use a um, new function from the template standard library. Okay, and right here, actually, this string, the parameter for the new could be any name. You can give any name, which in most of the cases you are not really going to be even using it. There might be some other places that you might want to use, but in general you really don't use this name. So what this is going to do, it is going to basically the new function will return a template, and that will be saved in here in a variable t. And then we use the t variable to make a call to parse. So that means parse is a function, or actually parse is a method which has a receiver, and basically that receiver is of type template. Okay, so that's again, it's a all template library is the one which is providing all that, and all these concept we already have covered in a general Go language syntax, how the receiver works and what are the methods and what are the functions and so forth. So when they created this text template or the HTML template package, they are just using the concept that we already have covered in the previous chapters. Okay, so what the what this is giving us is a way to easily utilize these APIs within our application. So, the developers don't have to sit down and write anything special. So the Go language packages, that's the big advantage of having the package, whichever the package that you want to use, you just import that package and use the functionality from that package. Okay, so and in this case, of course, we are using the text template or HTML template. So, but the whole idea is that to understand that the new function will return a template type. So then once we have this template type, the parse method receiver takes the template type, okay, as a pointer to a template type basically, and that's why we can use this t dot parse to call, and then this parse can, in this case it is taking the string. See, it's under the double quote, so it's going to parse it based on the logic which is provided in this parse method. And that parse method knows about the syntax of the template, so to be able to recognize these, for example, double braces, so that's the whole idea behind it, that it should be able to recognize it, and it should be able to recognize that the dot. So dot is considered as a pipeline, pipeline, because it connects the struct with this with this name. So the struct that we are creating right here, the instance of this person, p is an instance of this person, and in this case, which we have already done it in the previous lectures, when we were talking about the structs in Go language. So all we are doing here is we are creating a instance of person, which is a p, and initializing the field, which you already have seen it in the previous lectures that we covered. So that's all this does. And then template package provides this execute method. Okay, again, this execute method is taking the receiver as a template, so that's why we can use this t dot execute, and the parameter for this execute is that we want to be able to output this template on the screen. So what it is going to do is going to output this string on the console. That's all it is really going to do. And then and then we are giving this p as a instance of the this person struct. So that is the one which will provide the data. What is the data? This string is a data, and it is providing, so it is connecting this username to this dot user in the template. So that's why it is kind of a connection is made through, like they call it, a pipeline. Okay, so basically the whole idea is that the fields that are not exported will generate an error, meaning if this field would be a small u, then it will generate an error. The fields that do not exist simply outputs empty. So for example, if I would do this, this dot username, and if it is not within the struct, then nothing, no error will be generated, but it will be a just empty string. Okay, so that's all really there is to it. It's not much in this example, but as we go into more detail, this template parsing will become a little bit more involved. Okay, so that concludes unit um, number 1, chapter number 8.